Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you some really powerful Yu-Gi-Oh cards and how to use them in a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. But before we get started, I am going to ask my AI to play some beautiful music during this video. That way you guys can relax while I tell you how to use certain Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Alexa, play my favorite songs, please.
Sure, playing your liked and most played songs.
Okay, now that we have the music going, I am going to show you how to use certain Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This card right here is Mirror Force, and if you want to use it, it says when an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. And the way you would do this is, for example, this card, if it were to attack, Winged Kuriboh right here, if it decided to attack, you would have this card face down, because traps, you can't use them in your turn. Basically, when it's your turn, you have to place them face down before you use them. So if your opponent's monster used this card to attack that one, you would want to activate Mirror Force. So when you activate Mirror Force, it would destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. That's how you would use that card against the monster. Another card that is really good is Mystical Space Typhoon. The way it works is you target one spawn trap card on the field and destroy it. So, for example, if your opponent had Mirror Force face down, you could use Mystical Space Typhoon on that card to destroy it, and it would go to the graveyard. Another great card is Magic Cylinder. The way this card works is you would have a monster like this one, and it could attack this card, and what you would do is you, like a Mirror Force, you would place it face down, and your opponent would attack it, and you would activate this card, which allows you to target the attacking monster, negate that card's attack, and your opponent would take damage equal to that card's attack. As you can see, this card has 1800 defense points, so your opponent would take 1800 points of damage. It's a really powerful card that can really help you out in a duel. Another good card is Winged Kuriboh right here. If you want to use his effect, what you would need is you would need to have this card and this card out. And what you would do is, I'll just tell you the card effect. Its card effect is, if this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard for the rest of this turn, you take no battle damage. So basically, this card, one of these cards will attack Winged Kuriboh first. Winged Kuriboh would get sent to the graveyard, and then this card would declare a direct attack on you, and then you would activate its effect in the graveyard, which would prevent you from taking damage from this monster card. Another good card is Half Unbreak. It is a trap, so you would place it face down. The way it works is you would target one monster on the field. That monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any battle damage you take from attacks involving that monster is halved. So if Jane, Lightsworn Paladin, this card, was on your side of the field, and actually, no, if this card was on your field and this was your opponent's monster, you would put this card face down, and when that card declares an attack, you would activate Half Unbreak, preventing your monster from being destroyed by battle, and the battle damage you would take would be half. It wouldn't be the full amount of damage. Another good card is Lightning Vortex, but before I tell you how it works, I need to set something up. Give me a quick second. Okay, and we're back. I just had to get my cards ready to show you how to use Lightning Vortex. Sorry if that took a little while. Lightning Vortex. It allows you to discard one card and destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. The way you would do this is, hold on just a sec. Sorry, the music was a little too loud. The way you would do this is, with spells, you can activate them from your hand, which means you don't have to place them face down like traps. You can use them in your turn whenever you want. And the way it works is, for example, Dark Magician, Elemental Hero, Flash, and Alexandrite Dragon. If these cards were on your opponent's field, you could activate Lightning Vortex. But what you would have to do is you would have to discard a card, like Chosen by the World Chalice monster. You could discard that card, then you could activate Lightning Vortex, destroying all of those cards, making them unable to attack or be put in defense position because they'd all go to the graveyard. Another really good card is this trap right here, Present card. It allows, basically what it does is, you place it face down first, then after your turn, you can activate it during your opponent's turn. Your opponent has to discard their entire hand, then draw 5 cards. That is the only thing this card can do, and that's the way that card works. Another good card is Dragon's Gunfire. It has 2 effects. These 2 effects are, you can either, let me rephrase that. You have to have a dragon-type monster on the field to activate this, and one of the effects you can use is inflict 800 points of damage to your opponent, or select one face-up monster with 800 or less defense and destroy it. So you would need a monster like Wattail Dragon, because it's a dragon type, to activate Dragon's Gunfire. I need to pause it again so I can show you some more really good cards. Give me just a quick sec. We're back. I now have some other cards I randomly selected from my deck, and I will show you how to use them. This card, Blizzard Warrior, its effect says, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck and then return that card to either the top or bottom of the deck. So, for example, if your opponent had Wind Karibo on the top of their deck, you could either send it to the top of the deck or the bottom of the deck. That's Blizzard Warrior's effect. This next card is Bulblader. Its effect is, when an attack is declared involving this card and opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. During this battle involving this monster, neither player takes any battle damage. Also destroy the opponent's monster after damage calculation. So you could use this card against a weaker monster like Elemental Hero Flash. It has 1100 attack points. Bulblader has 1600. So neither player would take any battle damage, but with Bulblader's effect, Elemental Hero Flash would be destroyed. That's Bulblader's effect. This is the next card I'm going to show you, Curse of Darkness. It says, each time a spell card is activated, the controller of that spell card takes 1000 points of damage. You, as always, would have to place this card face down before using it. So, if your opponent wanted to activate a card like Monster Reborn, you could activate Curse of Darkness, and your opponent would take 1000 points of damage, which is pretty bad. And it would also make your opponent probably not like you. But that's part of the game, it happens. Next, this card, Monster Reborn. Its effect is target one monster in your player's graveyard and special summon it. And the good part is, you can summon a monster from either player's graveyard. It doesn't have to be just yours, which is why Monster Reborn is a really good card. Next, we have Draining Shield. This card also deals with situations when a monster attacks, but unlike Magic Cylinder, where your opponent takes damage equal to their monster's attack, the opponent's monster, when they attack you, you negate the attack of, say for example, Elemental Hero Flash, and you would gain life points equal to Elemental Hero Flash's attack points. That is the way that card works, and this has been some really good cards that are powerful. And these are all from my deck. I'm probably going to do a part 2 for this, but for now, this is all I've got. Have a good day. Bye.